Parents, have you been told by your child's pediatrician, don't worry, they'll grow out of it, but at the same time knew there was something more going on? That your child's constant crying, colic, sensory struggles, frequent meltdowns and tantrums, developmental delays, constipation, and things like that were a sign that there was likely a bigger issue going on? If yes, please watch this video until the end because we'll be sharing with you the truth and the answers you should have been told right away. Kids often simply do not grow out of things. They grow into chronic issues like ADHD, autism, sensory processing disorders, and anxiety. You'll learn how the most common conditions we see in infants and toddlers continue to show up later on in life, but they're just labeled as something different by the medical system so that they can avoid getting to the root cause of what's really going on. I'm Dr. Rachel, a pediatric chiropractor, and unfortunately, this is a story we've heard time and time again in practice. Parents having their concerns about their child's colic, constipation, chronic ear infections, sensory issues, meltdowns, and developmental delays, dismissed by their pediatrician as normal and no big deal, but yet their mom and dad gut told them something different. While many parents have been told by their pediatrician that their child will just grow out of the challenges they're experiencing, if your parent gut tells you that there's something deeper, something more going on, you're likely right. What we find as PX docs that dive deep into the case history, deep into their neurology, to really look and find the root cause of what is going on is that the number one issue linking all of these challenges together is an overstressed, overstimulated, sympathetic fight or flight nervous system. And what's more is that when this overstressed, overstimulated sympathetic state starts, makes all the difference when it comes to the challenges our babies, kids, and teenagers face. This stress cascade we see here starts with subluxation, which is stress stuck on in the nervous system. Very commonly, the nervous system gets stuck on stress due to prenatal stress and stress during the birth process. Subluxation then causes things like digestive motility to be slowed, weakens the immune system, causes sleep struggles, and causes neuromuscular tension and incoordination that can lead to motor and developmental delays. If you watched our 3 milestones that no one is talking about video from last week, then you know that issues with eat, sleep, and poop are the most common struggles we see in infants, but they're also the most commonly overlooked. These challenges early on lead to an overstimulated sympathetic nervous system, and all of this leads to an increase in a child's stress response later on in life, which is the basis of kids growing into things like gut and behavior issues as adolescents, growing into things like ADHD and anxiety as teenagers, and growing into things like depression and immune challenges as adults. This is what I mean by kids do not just grow out of this neurological tension, stressed out state, but often grow into other neurologically related challenges later on in life. But instead of getting to the root cause of these conditions in kids, most general doctors will just punt the problem down to other providers or specialists down the road, or even worse, they'll tell you that all of these problems are normal. But this is where pediatric chiropractic comes in. We don't just assume that your kids will grow out of it. We trace it back to when these problems began and how they began so that we can get them out of that cycle of watch and wait, and they'll just grow out of it. If you have any questions about how pediatric chiropractic can help your child get out of the storm of struggling and onto thriving, please leave a comment or send us a message. If you want to learn more about our 5-step clinical process at Sprout Family Chiropractic, then please feel free to check out our website. And finally, if you know another mom or dad or family who's just been watching their child struggle, please send this video to them because they deserve to know that 1, they're not alone, and 2, that there are answers to help them.